Today we are looking at the EVERET EVPRO1. That's a PTZ camera built on the Umbrella AI processing for smooth, reliable auto tracking. And that chipset also lets it output HDMI, 3G SDI, USB and IP streams simultaneously. And the standout spec here is also its 80 degrees wide angle lens. And that's something you almost never see in a PTZ camera on this level. So it's perfect for rooms that need wide coverage and also smart tracking. And control is really straightforward. With SKAARHOJ, we are using the PTZ Fly in this video. That's our compact bestseller that carries the same power as our bigger panels. So you basically pick a camera, you move the joystick, you tweak a few settings, you can record a preset, and you can also customize it to make it your own. So in this video, I will basically just show you that we can do all these wonderful basic things with this camera. And one of them, of course, is PTZ operation. As you see in the picture here, it has really wide coverage. So we can also zoom in if we want. And of course, we want to do that. So presets, how do we do presets on this one? Now, with such few buttons on a PTZ Fly, you basically toggle between camera selection and presets. So press and hold, we'll record a preset here. I'll just find a different cropping or framing here. All right, that one, press and hold, you're saving this one. You can now record the first. And it goes there, and you can record the second. This is how presets work. So great, right? If you toggle the button on the upper edge, then you are cycling through the menus up here. So what do we have here? Shutter speed, we have brightness, we have backlight on off, we have sharpness, we have auto tracking enabled. We'll look at that in a moment. And flipping the image, we can flip the image. We can also mirror the image. We can power off the device. We won't do that now. We can adjust the pan speed and tilt speed and zoom speed. And that's actually nice because if I move the joystick, you see how quickly it will move. It's a really fast camera here. But if I set the speed to 1, you see that full swing of the joystick, much more moderate reaction. So I think maybe a speed setting like 4 would be great. And maybe let's just try the same for zoom. So full swing on the zoom. Yes, okay. So that's actually a good idea. And this is, by the way, true for any camera that we control with the PTZ Fly. So that's the SKAARHOJ feature that you have right there. Exposure is important. We have smooth auto set right now. So with that one, it's automatically exposing the image. We can also have shutter priority, iris priority. And notice how these small icons indicate whether the settings for iris and shutter is available. In shutter priority, you can't set the iris because it's automatically set, but you can adjust the shutter speed, of course. And if you go to iris priority, it's gonna be the same. So that is available, but shutter speed is not available to you unless you go to manual. So in manual mode, we can set the shutter and the iris independently, and we can also set the gain here, and we can achieve some exposure that we like. So maybe let's just keep it right there. We also have white balance, different modes here. This is all standard, and that's what I mean. This is just plain vanilla PTZ control on a PTZ Fly. This is what you're used to in so many cases. So let's move on to the auto tracking. So auto tracking basically can be enabled and disabled right here. And before you start that, you would create now I enable it, you'll see the camera is, it is moving actually to a position which has been pre-recorded. It's like a preset. So basically you are pointing the camera to where tracking is supposed to happen. And then it will go there, and then it will pick up its target. And in this case, I can show you how different settings like changing the ratio of the target here, or whether I want to have it left and right, is going to affect how it's catching on to the little cardboard figure of me. So these are settings that you can change for the camera, and those are in the camera and defined by the camera, which again is an example of how the specific features that this camera has is broken out. It's integrated by us and put onto the controls of your PTZ Fly. Same for any other camera that we would pick and use. So we have additional settings here for auto tracking, like zoom lock and limiting functions. We have blackboard mode. We have the ability to set that initial position to call it and also to clear it. We can also do some settings for limits, like upper left, lower right limits for movement of the camera, and also blackboard related settings. Very powerful features right there. So I want to take you into Reactor, which is the software that runs inside the PTZ Fly. It's a powerful, powerful product that has that same engine that you also have on a PTZ Extreme, but it just has far less buttons, so it's less like confusing for users because they don't have a lot of broadcast related knobs to relate to zoom rockers and so on. So it's really great for entry-level users. But the way we would add devices would simply be to press this button. And by the way, if you need help in Reactor, we have lovely help subjects that will pop up and give you guidance on what each one of these items mean. So this is a home screen. This is where you would add more cameras. You will drag them in here to populate your camera selector. You can also change the name of the camera. Like I could call this PTZ1, and you'll see as I leave the field, it updates the label on the controller. That's super great. And if I want to have labels for my presets, I can do that as well. SKAARHOJ feature as well, which is taking advantage of the wonderful OLED display. So I have a wide shot. I could have a close-up, close-up 1. I could have close-up 2. And those will be now the names of the presets. So again, presets doesn't work well. If you have preset number 3, what is that? Maybe preset number 1 is the wide shot always. I don't know. But you can, in our software, you can actually label all your presets. So even when you have multiple pages of presets, which you can, by the way, swap between by using the sides of the button, because it's a 4-way button, they can all be labeled and made useful using our products. That's super cool. Now, I said also that you can make it your own, you can customize it. So inside the configuration tab, it's also possible to do additional things. And in here, we basically need to, you can do 2 things, essentially. You can either choose the user section, and if you do that, you can click on like anything, and then you can find a function in your camera or in a video switch or whatever, and then you can put it onto that button, and it will override what we put there by default. Changing the defaults in itself is a little bit tricky because it's such an advanced configuration, so we advise against that unless you're an expert. But if you want to just pick specific buttons, it could be your free camera selector here, then it's possible and easily available to do that. But what I wanted to show you is that if we go into camera adjustments, this is where we can make a difference on this unit, because we have a lot of menus here. And if you, you could easily argue that for simple users, many of these are not really necessary and therefore should be removed. So let's say that we wanted to remove some of these. We can actually do that by, and now I'm just like randomly removing things from this menu. So I don't want color, I don't want color, I don't want exposure to, I think I don't, actually tracking is not being used in this case. So I'll just remove the tracking features right there. And okay, I'm actually now left, home, exposure, nope, nobody needs exposure. So let me see. Sorry. Can I not rename? Or maybe because I'm on it. No. Okay. I'm not sure. I should be able to delete. Okay, I can delete that. Okay, now, as I'm cycling, you also see it's happening here in the UI. I'm cycling through only 3 options now. And even inside each of these options, you could click this one and you could change it to something else. So it's also possible to like individually in the menu to remove the items that you do not want. Especially the homepage is like an invitation for you to put exactly what matters to you. Thanks for watching this video. If you find this kind of content interesting, exploring different PTZ cameras, different cameras in general, video switches, routers, audio devices, anything SKAARHOJ controls in the settings of broadcast and AV, subscribe to this channel, like it as well, that would be great. You can also follow us on social media like Facebook, Instagram and X. We have a newsletter as well, which is like once a month, and you get the latest updates from us. And of course, we are real human beings behind this company, so you are always welcome to reach out to our sales and support team to talk to a human being about how we can help you, which products are the best ones for you, or if you have a support issue, we can also solve that with you.